lead. GLHF also able to put some pressure on here towards the bottom side. Flash comes through, the exhaust is down as snip goes Dudu. The flash comes down and the charged up Q from Pure.
And Life actually looks to be on the same page, but it's also been where they have completely fallen apart. We might see one of those here. It looks like mid lane not allowed to roam. Bulldog being kept in the lane.
Yeah, Pentakills comes through here from Life, as that is Peanut locking down one of these. Bulldog going to get thrown away by the Emperor's Divide. Zeka not going to have that for the skirmish.
Chin is ult.
So does Peanut, but he throws it away. GLHF comes down as Zeka trying to leave. It's two grubs going over to HLE, but they may lose their mid laner for it. As flash out from Zeka, he holds onto the button and he knows that GLHF was looking for that one. Of course, they have a bit of experience together, and he does get himself away. Figure themselves out, and when we see them at their best, the most impressive part for me is just how malleable Viper is, as he is going to walk out of a bullet time as best he can. It was almost a caster curse, but just his ability to play weak side or carry is just kind of ridiculous. His Jhin undefeated at the moment, demonstrating that they have him on weak side duty quite often, playing that utility role, and he's just absorbing pressure all the time. Just must be very frustrating facing off against this guy. As speaking of frustrating, Dudu does have some friends here towards the bottom side. Zeus will be exhausted, but that does wear off, and Dudu now trying to get out of the way. He will survive as the shuriken does not land. So HLE, still a season, everyday best of 3. Majority of the time, they're going to win. Sometimes they're just not going to really worry too much about the result. That's what we saw at the beginning of this week. Maybe this is like a wellness week, you know? Where they're just not really focusing on the scrims. It's all about, you know, like they've been pampering. They're going to the spa, you know, that stuff.
They've been they were up a mountain yesterday to enjoy the view.
Exactly. From the DN Freaks as well, spotting the fact that there is a couple coming down here towards this bottom side. As GLHF and Dudu wanting to finish off this turret. In goes Zeka, but he does have Peanut there. No Emperor's Divide, but no chance here, and GLHF knows that he's going to flash away as Life makes his way out. All right, and Zeus also going for a little bit of aggression here towards the top side, just a trade of ultimates though, and he picks up the pedal. So you can see, Orcs is going to be happy with how this game's going. So far, the first pedal we see, immediately taken and prioritized.
Very good. The old statement of if something looks too good to be true, it probably is. If Zeka is TPing back into a turret that is definitely under heavy siege, that probably means his buddies are right on the way. The timely arrival of the light and Peanut ensures that he is fine.
Zeka, nice little crash there. Goes in an awkward direction. Has to flash immediately.
It's probably the worst out of anyone.
All right, Dudu. Going a bit aggressive. It's a preemptive exhaust. An early flash there from Zeus as well, but they're committing to this dive. GLHF taking so much damage. He's dead. And that was not the dive that we wanted to see. Last time around it went well. This time, the God of Thunder is going to strike.
Just take the exit, man. Yeah, you do. Well,
yeah, sometimes you gotta gracefully take the L.
We just, you know, you can't. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with this.
Yeah.
There was a very clear.
As it turns out, he could.
Yeah, there was a very clear exit. Right there was there's
a flash forward from Delight. Picks them up with the Magnet Storm there as well. As Zeus, no ulti, but no worries there. As the curtains have been called. One more bullet, and not gonna land. As Berserker will survive. Fancy footwork, and of course a little bit easier when you get to strut your stuff, but nicely done. As Viper just wandering past this turret with that fourth bullet at the ready. That and a grenade probably was the end of Berserker there. As out goes Dudu. A little bit terrified of Thunderlord making his way back up towards that top side of the map, and is going to respect it. So 1-1 is going to be an even trade, and in fact it was GLHF killing Zeus, and then Zeus... GLHF's been playing for a while. Maybe he thought that he was the Pantheon that could dodge turret shots. It's not sort of the way it is. Once again, Zeus is just going to make them look silly on his cannon. Dudu still going to chase after him. We'll see whether the stun is going to come through. It is going to be there, but finally, the rest of the cavalry turns up, and Bulldog will be able to take them down, but not after the cost. Like, it is a 1-for-1 trade, and turret falls down in mid, turret falls down in the bottom lane, and the DN Freaks not going to be able to get too much for this one, outside of Dudu maybe being able to take down this top outer turret that was already very low anyway.
So to summarize, Zeus is still up 630 gold. He traded 1-for-1.
Okay.
Dudu is definitely not going to survive this.
Well, we're Hex flashing. Viper is going to be able to lock him down.
That's Otacon.
Yeah, that is Otacon. That is a dead Gwen, and that is starting to look like a real advantage that HLE has in this game.
Dan Freaks, he's on a mission
for this.
Oh, he is ready. They do not know. I mean, he's Pantheon though, so I assume they're gonna. Yeah, like, it doesn't really matter where he is, and they're just not gonna go for it anyway. Would have been cool though, but I don't think realistically he makes it there, so.
I think the idea of not going in was definitely one of his better choices.
Well, but they should have done that earlier! If you're gonna not go in!
Hey,
not going in earlier!
Celebrate learning from your mistakes, Chronicler, okay? You can look at things end with
Notoriously, I think rhyming, the more important part is the end of the word.
It is the end, you're right. Okay, Zeka is going to find some air here, and Pyoshik will be able to lock him down. Still, life is just dead. How does Zeka go in for just a straight-up air ball?
Atlas.
And then the rest of his team's there to, oh, never mind, it was an alley-oop. No, it's fine.
Atlas, clearly he was ulting for zone control.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I
I don't think this is the one. I think we had to make some different choices.
Maybe we could just separate ourselves into a different dimension, one that has made slightly different choices.
Okay, I think multiverse, it's like kind of, I know it's adjacent, I feel like it's not quite the same.
Really?
Ah.
All right. Well, Bulldog is going to look for something. Doesn't really find an angle here. As Soul Point on the table for HLE. There is the exit of the jungler, though. So Peanut going to make this not a 50-50. This is, in fact, a let's just leave type scenario for DNF. And they do get the memo that that's precisely what they should do. But that is still going to be Soul Point going over to HLE. And if this is a sign of things to come when it comes to the objectives, DNF not going to really have too many options.
So Viper also doesn't use.
That's cool.
Yeah, Atlas, I know you're the #1 cloud Soul salesman, but I think we just focus on the fact that Cannon, Rel are
if you got to only choose one, Dudu's dead, by the way, guys. He just wasn't actually able to do anything, and then died.
You were saying?
So I was saying that even if it was just on the cannon, that would be powerful enough. Cloud Soul on cannon is so broken. As Peanut finds just a small sliver of wall, and that is going to get both summon spells out of Berserker. Like right on the edge. That wall was broken as well. If it was broken just a little bit further up, he may not have had to use the flash.
I know the game isn't done.
Well,
but I also... Atlas.
Sorry. Yes, you're right.
We're trying to keep the 6-game dream alive, okay? Yeah, your birthday was a mulligan. That one doesn't count.
Yep.
4 out of 5 days, 6 out of 6.
It's pretty good.
We gotta avoid the dreaded 5-gamer. Because if it's a 4-0, I think it's still big.
Yeah. No. We're just hoping it's not cringe. And the only way it can be cringe is 5. Yeah.
And hey, if T1 Gen G doesn't go the free, I'll be very sad.
Honestly, if this is a 2-0 though, and then we get a 3-gamer for T1 Gen G, I'm pretty sure that's not cringe.
No, because it's 5. That supersedes.
Oh no, wait. Does it just cringe anyway?
Yeah.
Oh god, no.
We went through this in 2023 Challengers.
No, but that was 8 versus 9. You know, that's cringe. But 5 versus 6?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no, not the graph.
All right, the graph has come up. It's a bad news story. Although it's a much earlier Infinity Edge for Berserker, he is still relatively powerful.
Yoshi, come on, you can do this.
Yeah, there is a very scary cannon off on a flank angle as 3.5k is approaching on the Baron. HLE looking for the turn, not wanting to make this a 50-50 unless Peanut just evicts Pyoshik from the area. And the ulti going to miss this time around. HLE going to get engaged on Great Pop Blossom there from Life as the bullet time comes in. The steal from Pyoshik as well, as Peanut will be taken down as the first kill, and HLE are just scattering. Bulldog will not find the charm, and Pyoshik will not find anyone. Magnustorm is going to connect this now. Zeus just eviscerates Berserker in the backline. Delight and Zeus just saving this team fight by themselves, while Viper is taking the rest of them for a walk. Yeah, the teleport going to come in as Zeus looking to make his way forward. They sacrifice Viper as once again, playing for utility, ladies and gentlemen. They're looking to complete the aces. Another wanting to hold them in position. Pyoshik going to say no to the pentakill, but yes to the ace. As comically, so many of these buttons go wide, and Zeka will be able to pick that one up. So no more Barons left here for DNF.
Irish Speed, you know when you're so nice that you're like, oh no, you take the pen.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then they get away.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not great. Anyway, they do manage to get the ace. No more Barons left. The Rebel Baron power play, something that we're not even able to talk about really in this one, as some curtains are being called here. And Bulldog will answer by not getting hit by any of them. This is Cloud Soul, ladies and gentlemen. HLE going to be real speedy on this one. The flank angle kind of scary as Peanut zoning with the ult and picks up the dragon.
Oh no.
Yeah. Zeus not even on a flank angle here. Speaking of flanks
as well.
Okay, Pyoshik looking for an opportunity. They want to dive onto Viper yet again, but look at this. HLE, they just regroup, get back into position, and they're not going to be taking him down this time. Dudu, he might be the one that's in trouble though. Out of the mist and out of options, and that is Zeka that's going to lock him down. Zeus looking for more as well as Berserker needing to run away. The Mark of the Storm is on him. And Zeus will be following him up.
So
There's
fast.
the flash, and there's also the Deadly Forest from Viper, perfectly aimed. It's a very dead MF. Yeah, that's some Cloud Soul value for you. Perfect example. I actually really hope that the space doesn't actually break down the series. They just break down how good Cloud Soul is.
On every, they're gonna like show if Viper had Cloud Soul in his previous setup where he died, he would have actually lived.
Exactly. Imagine if Berserker like wasn't against Cloud Soul when he was trying to run away there. Maybe Strut was going to be enough.
It is such a crazy thing to me because even with the Cloud Soul, looking at the gold, DN Freaks have been remarkably close for the entire.
Yeah, it's not even a 3,000 gold lead, even now.
And all the gold is on Zeus.
Yep.
So if Zeus missteps once and you blow him up, that's the gold lead basically gone.
Yeah, or he gets a pentakill, which is almost what happened. It's, yeah, I think the DN Freaks, they have a win condition now. It is kill Zeus, never let him do anything in this game again.
He does have...
He's got an arm guard and 3 other items.
Let's make it hard.
Yeah, I never said it was going to be an easy task. I just said that that's the task.
No one said it was easy.
Nope. And all good things, you know, all things worth doing are difficult.
No, I was trying to do the Coldplay song. No one said it was easy, but I can't figure the next line.
Yeah, I only know yellow. And that one about time.
Yeah, I think this is...
No, it's about clock. Watches?
Clocks? Yeah, clocks.
Clocks, yeah, that's...
Wait, you know the scientist though, right? That's the...
I know a few of them. Who's your favorite?
I don't have a favorite.
Are you a Galileo
scientist.
guy? I feel like he doesn't get enough recognition. As he was also a bit of a philosopher. So we've got a inhibitor turret taken down here. And the inhibitor soon to follow. Delight, will he find an angle? There's the flash forward. You can tell he was looking for it as Bulldog just going to burn down. Zeus will find another double kill. Let's see whether this time the Penta is... Never mind, it's not happening. Viper just says goodnight to life. And in fact, Zeus is dead, but he is still going to get the last laugh. As the crash down on top of Dudu slammed into his own Nexus, and Pyosik just going to have to watch. As, never mind, he might just die. Is Zeka going to go golden, making him look a little bit silly at the end of this one. Flashes away, and there it is. The ace is completed, and HLE will find this Game 1 victory. Even though it looked like the gold was close throughout the entirety of this game, it felt like things were just slipping out of the grasp of the DN Freaks from quite early on in this one. And HLE will do it again.